Hello everyone, just a few seconds are enough for nature and unexpected accidents to completely change everything. And today you're about to witness moments exactly like that. It almost feels like Mother Nature is trying to reclaim everything that belongs to her in this moment. It's unbelievable. The floodwaters in Matau swallowed an entire factory in just a few short seconds. The raging flood swept across the riverbank, dragging an entire house down into the muddy water. Hopefully, everyone managed to get to safety in time. At moments like this, people can only stand there helplessly, watching nature take away everything they own right before their eyes. That day, it seems Mother Nature may have cooled everything down just a little too aggressively. Hopefully, the driver had already purchased full insurance coverage for his vehicle before this situation happened. Natural disasters are never something to underestimate, and luckily this man still managed to escape danger safely this time. Do you think the driver may have mistaken the accelerator for the brake pedal? Luckily, no vehicles were driving behind that truck. That worker probably used up all his luck for the entire month during that tire inflation moment. Underestimating floodwaters. Just because they rise slowly is always a dangerous mistake, and this time nature proved its power more clearly than ever. Maybe luck showed up at exactly the right moment for this guy. Just a few more centimeters and the outcome could have been absolutely horrifying. On February 1st, a massive sinkhole suddenly opened in Egypt, swallowing an entire building and a nearby gas station nearly 15 meters underground. By the way, are you watching this video on your phone, computer, or TV? Leave a comment and let me know. Carefully observing and slowing down before entering a main road is extremely important. Luckily, nobody was injured in this accident. This driver must have been in a huge hurry trying to pick up a passenger.
Oh my God. Just pull over, watch out.
It seems this driver accidentally turned his car into a real-world durability test for the vehicle manufacturer.
तारे ऊपर तारे
In Shanxi, floodwaters rushed onto the road like a giant monster, but fortunately everyone managed to stay safe. Sometimes the road is not only meant for driving, it can also create situations that leave us with no time to react.
Oh,
That car's getting buried on it, bro.
Old walls always carry unpredictable risks. Luckily, this time people noticed the danger just in time.
Are you alright? I have never been this close to dying before.
This railway accident is probably a serious warning for the operating team to review their entire safety process again.
रोड खराब मैं नहीं चाहता यार कि कोई सीन हो ठीक है भाई क्या सीन है कैसे हो गया ओहो हो
Maybe even the dog never imagined that staying inside the house could still lead to such a shocking situation. The hotel in Turkey turned chaotic when the earthquake suddenly struck. Nature can sometimes change everything in just a few short seconds. Would you want to experience being this close to a cow? Maybe the deer just wanted a truly unique hairstyle, but this particular appearance definitely looked a little painful. Regular tire checks are truly important, unless you want to accidentally experience your own unexpected ice-skating performance like this someday. Oh man, that moment honestly gave viewers chills. It seems this customer was just a little too eager to own his own motorcycle, which led to a moment he'll probably never forget.
¿Qué na, Pocho?
Never stand on a bridge just to watch floodwaters out of curiosity, because luck will not always stand beside you the way it did for those two young men in this moment.
¿Qué es eso? Se la llevó pa'l carajo.
Underestimating a slowly developing disaster can still cost you your property, and this time the price was an entire car. Oh my God, even humanity's strongest structures have never truly been able to stand against the fury of Mother Nature. When Mother Nature is angry, trying to continue driving is sometimes the most dangerous decision you can make. In Great Falls, Montana, the powerful winds looked like they were trying to make a high-speed delivery.
Bert, you good? You good? Oh my God. Get out of here!
Where's Viv?
Whoa! What? Where's Viv? Where's Viv? Like 5 feet up.
Oh my God. The waves during Storm Gloria hitting Mallorca were taller than a 5-story building. Overloading vehicles always carries unpredictable risks, and this driver probably just learned a very expensive lesson. Thank God those men were still safe. And this is also a reminder to always stay far away from container trucks whenever they are about to move. Controlling the accelerator near sidewalks and residential areas is a skill every driver should remember very carefully. Maybe that bottle just wanted the man to pay a little more attention to it, but it seems its call for attention was a bit too aggressive. The shockwave swept through like a giant monster, turning a familiar city into something that looked straight out of a disaster movie. It seems nature decided to join the game this time too, and everyone can already see which side won. I think the smartest decision right now is to wait until the sky finishes venting its stress before continuing anything else.
Man.
The moment the wave crashed straight into the seaside restaurant in Italy showed how nature sometimes needs only a few seconds to completely transform everything around it.
See, this is the best spot. That's why I'm here.
Perfect. Look at that.
Holy fuck! Look at G-Doc over there. Well, Big Red just hammering. Look at Grizzy and his wife and stuff down.
What the fuck? Yeah, I was about to jump in Big Red.
Look at their boat. Look at their boat. They're both in the boat. Oh.
Tall trees are always lightning strikes during storms, which is why staying indoors remains the safest and smartest option whenever severe weather hits. Oh my God, the lightning strike looked like it targeted the power pole, directly leaving the entire neighborhood in darkness within seconds. Kitchen appliance safety checks should always be a top priority because luck does not always come a second time. One by one, vehicles stopped to let the goats cross the road, while the dog calmly led the way as if it were directing the entire flow of traffic. What kind of punishment do you think this dog deserves after a moment like this? Perhaps local authorities should take a much closer look at the inspection process for gas pipelines in urban areas.
Kịch bản là cha ví bọn gì yêu can đâu.
If it were me, I honestly don't think I could stay as calm as those two women did in that moment.
You okay, man? Get up. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
A small aircraft crashed into the waters of Puget Sound near Seattle's Alki Beach on July 26th.
Oh my God, bro. Holy. Oh my God.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Roll the trucks, roll the trucks, roll the trucks!
And we're gonna keep the road.
In this situation, stopping the car and giving these heavyweight guests the right of way was clearly the smartest decision.
Mom got tired of holding up my phone.
Don't fight.
This is just crazy. Look at these birds.
The sky was filled with thousands of birds moving together at once, and honestly calling it a bird storm might not even be an exaggeration.
Birds, they're like everywhere.
Shoot.
The ship looked as though it was straining with all its strength against the furious waves in the middle of the open sea. Technology can be fascinating, but it's not something you should focus on while standing near railroad tracks.
La. Whoa! Woo! Yes, yeah, no, minha.
This scene honestly left me frozen for a few seconds. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Christ!
Yeah, because people can come in.
Holy fuck.
I got that.
Visibility almost disappeared along the highway in central Arizona. Yet it seems many drivers are still underestimating just how dangerous this blizzard really is. Clearing snow off rooftops during winter is extremely important unless you want the weight of snow to create dangerous structural failures.
Holy.
Oh my God, the explosion erupted like a massive fireball, throwing the entire harbor area into chaos. Thankfully, no one was injured, but just a few seconds were enough to show how enormous the momentum of a train really is. This road incident shows why regular vehicle maintenance is always necessary to avoid unexpected and difficult situations. Oh my God, that cyclist's awareness and reflexes were honestly incredible. It really feels like this driver may have used up an entire year's worth of luck during that drive. This moment is a reminder that checking carefully before leaving your vehicle is always extremely important. Thankfully, the child remained safe, but this situation also shows how carelessness can sometimes lead to unsafe decisions. This situation spiraled out of control because the braking system had not been maintained properly. Like a massive white curtain dropping over the city, the demolition of the metal implant covered the entire sky in smoke and dust. From a distance, the building in Las Vegas collapsed, as though it had finally completed its mission after standing for so many years. Ignoring warnings from authorities can sometimes cause people to pay the price almost immediately afterward.
Julian 1, the tree just fell.
Some days feel like bad luck arrives in combo packs, and this girl just experienced that in the clearest way possible. Perhaps even the store owner never expected that the customer crashing in that day would be an out-of-control tire. Maybe after this incident, the customer finally learned a pretty expensive lesson about carelessness.
Whoa!
Look at that thing.
Even skyscrapers began to sway once the fury rising from beneath the earth finally arrived.
Está temblando súper fuerte. Miren. Dios. Lo tenaz es que yo vivo solo. Y...
It's unbelievable. Heavy lake effect snow combined with strong winds created weather conditions in Buffalo that looked almost like a full-scale blizzard. It almost feels like the entire mountain range in the Pyrenees just exhaled winter straight into the tunnel within a matter of seconds. The powerful snowstorms caused major power outages in Grand Canyon Village, making the entire scene feel colder and more isolated than ever before. Sometimes an overly rushed reaction can create even bigger trouble for a driver, but thankfully everyone stayed safe this time. Like a tense movie scene right outside the hotel entrance, the out-of-control Lamborghini sped past the crowd and created a truly thought-provoking moment. Oh my God. I honestly don't even know how to describe what this situation made me feel. Hopefully, every vehicle involved in this incident had full insurance coverage, because the repair costs must be devastating otherwise. It seems this driver was far too eager to visit someone inside the nursing home, which led to this unbelievable situation. It almost feels like this customer walked into the store not to try on clothes, but to test everyone else's patience instead. Being overly confident in your physical ability sometimes takes only seconds to turn into a very expensive accident. Just one small mistake was enough to send the massive steel coil out of control, and thankfully no vehicles happened to be coming around the corner at that moment. On the morning of September 27th, the Greek island of Crete was struck by a powerful 6.0 magnitude earthquake. This situation shows why pressurized containers should always be made from materials strong enough for the job, not thin, fragile plastic. Look very carefully, because there really is a dog hidden somewhere in this scene.
Too protective.
Nature is not always violent. Sometimes it also gives us adorable moments that simply make people smile.
Products that have minor production mishaps, such as temperatures about 78 tons of food goes waste, including items with slight percentage imperfection. You can shop for Brioche Farms and other high-quality misfit and excess groceries at misfit.
This moment shows that while working, paying attention to what's behind you can sometimes be just as important as watching what's in front of you. During heavy rain, the front porch really doesn't seem like the right place for overly rushed footsteps.
Ow! Bro, what the f?
Millions of crabs gathering here make it completely understandable why Christmas Island is often compared to a giant ribbon made of crabs.
I...
Mouth. Mouth.
Bro, what the f...
Can you count how many spiders appear in this scene? Try sharing your number with everyone in the comments. Not every problem comes from in front of you. Sometimes it quietly waits right beneath your feet instead. It almost feels like stepping outside during winter always comes with risks nobody could ever predict. Oh wow, thankfully what she was carrying were only soft mattresses instead of anything heavier. Nature doesn't always destroy everything, and this time it still gave the driver just enough time to escape by inches. The bridge bent under the fury of Mother Nature, as if every piece of wood was struggling to hold back that terrifying force.
Empezó el huaico a esta hora de la tarde. Momentos justos ahora del huaico de la era de Chillón.
Even though New Year's hasn't arrived yet, the electrical wires in Macuspana seem to have already started their own fireworks show. Maybe that tree just wanted to drop by and join the couple's evening tea for a few extra minutes. The scene looks straight out of a Hollywood movie as crows covered the entire parking lot, creating an unsettling feeling at first glance. From a distance, the collapse of the retaining wall looked as if the entire structure could no longer withstand the massive pressure from nature along the hillside. It really seems like this coffee machine had finally reached the moment where it needed to retire. Like a giant collapsing to the ground, the power plant smokestack fell to make way for the beginning of a new era. Take a look at the flooding in the Imlil Valley near Marrakesh, Morocco. Hopefully everyone there stays safe and protected from the power of nature. The tourists in Sichuan probably never imagined they would have to travel much farther after the landslide buried Highway 213. The passengers in Christchurch probably never expected to witness a massive dust cloud in such an unwanted way. Building structures too close to major riverbanks always comes with risks, and this time the house in Washington state simply wasn't lucky enough to survive. This scene honestly makes me feel like nature is creating surprises right in the middle of the day. Even if you're not traveling, checking the weather forecast is still essential, unless you want your property to suddenly take off without warning. This harsh winter almost feels like it wants local residents to save time by simply sliding everywhere instead of walking. Perhaps this pair of tourists should consider taking another ethics class. I honestly never expected an umbrella inside a backpack could accidentally get caught on a motorcycle throttle in such an unbelievable way.
It's just going down harder and harder. Never seen hell this big in your life before. I've never. 40. I think that's all the solar panels in Gauteng.
During long trips, checking the weather forecast beforehand is absolutely essential, unless you want to end up in a difficult situation like this driver in Missouri. This action almost feels like opening a new home for coral reefs beneath the ocean. Never try to force your way over a curb once it has already stopped you, because the result could easily be a completely broken wheel. Saving just a few seconds has never been a wise decision when it could cost you your property afterward. The blizzard transformed the streets of Buffalo into a white landscape that looked as though winter had swallowed the entire city whole. In just a few short seconds, Mother Nature created destruction so severe that anyone watching could almost feel the pain in their wallet. In extreme weather, the pig's powerful survival instinct genuinely left many people amazed. In Fort Worth, the sky unleashed violent ice bullets that looked ready to crush everything underneath them. This turtle looks like a bizarre, mutated version of nature, enough to leave anyone staring at it in shock for a few seconds. No stage or special effects were needed, just a single rock, and that moment alone were enough to melt people's hearts. Millions of crabs gathering here make it completely understandable why Christmas Island is often compared to a giant ribbon made of crabs. Against the power of nature in completely unpredictable situations, sometimes the most valuable thing is simply that everyone is still safe. Don't forget to subscribe and continue following along with us.